Good morning, sunshine. Today is day 14, which ends science process skills and is the introduction to my next big unit, which is called Life on Earth. It all began in 1979 when I read David Attenborough's Life on Earth. When I began teaching in 1985, I procured a copy of Life on Earth, the original series, as a teacher. The teacher version elaborated on many of the concepts introduced by Attenborough. In 1998, I purchased the VHS version of Life on Earth. It was this which I developed into a 6-week unit called Life on Earth. I have been following David Attenborough's stories ever since. And that's me this morning showing off my copy of Life on Earth. So as an introduction, here are some picture pages that were inspired by David Attenborough and his understanding of life on Earth. This bookshelf is full of elements that I acquired from learning about life on Earth. Here's a map of my big backyard that includes elements of every kind of life on Earth. Plants, animals, protists, fungi, bacteria, archaea are all included in these picture pages, as well as a 4-leaf clover, a strand of DNA, and a key. Sometimes I will take a CDK page and add an element like Mother Earth here, hugging it all. I call this picture page Jungle Journey. I consider it one of my crowning achievements. Why, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. In 1992, one of my students at Crabapple Middle School drew cover art for her journal based on a guided imagery I would read called Jungle Journey. My resource was a Project Wild activity guide for teachers. It wasn't until the late 90s that I learned how to Photoshop and create my own picture pages, thanks to the help of my daughter, and a great deal of creative freedom in the classroom. Here's one I created during retirement. It's a key to all the organisms in my big backyard. It was about that time that I created my own archaea. I call it C² Big Backyardii. I did this one for the cover of my notebook. And this one to showcase my Ogeechee River collection. This is one I created from cutouts of all my friends' pets, and I call him the Pet Totem Pole. And here I am on the road with many characters. And the background for this one is the study and the bookshelves in the governor's mansion in Georgia when Sandra and Nathan were in residence. This was how I envisioned my big backyard after my best friends, Chris and Carol, stayed with me for 10 days while they were selling their home in Decatur. I call it the spa in the queendom. Chris was in a wheelchair by then, and Carol was using a walker. Both have passed away, but they continue to inspire me. This is the last one I want to share today, and it's called simply the queendom. It consists of layers and layers and layers of houses I've drawn and the pets that people have shared with me over time. The skeleton on top was Dooley, the spirit of Oxford College.